I'm not going to get my tiny little violin out for you and your little injury.
No, I don't expect you to.
Gearing up, get ready. Time to break it down. Players on the radar. News from all around. Stats and skills we measure. Dreams on the rise. Predictions and analysis. Join the team with me. We're scouting reporters here. Get the inside scoop. Every week a new star. Join the scouting troop.
Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of Scouting Report. Delighted to be joined by Chad from the red half of Sheffield. How are you?
Oh, not bad. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, just going to preview tomorrow, Saturday's trip to league leaders Sheffield United as Argyle head to Bramall Lane. I don't need to tell the Argyle fans that are listening to this just how poor we are on the road, Chad. But you seem to be exceptional at home.
Yeah, and I don't know when you said league leaders, I still can't believe we're top of the table and we started the season on -2. Yeah, our home form is exceptional and our away form isn't that bad either. I think the two defeats that we had on the road to Borough and Leeds are, we didn't even have a sniff of goal, but yeah, it's at home, Fortress Bramall Lane. We don't concede many, and we tend to score. We just don't score a bunch at Bramall Lane.
Yeah, we're going to get on to why you don't concede that many at Bramall Lane in a bit when we talk about, obviously, Michael Cooper. But you say that you're a bit shocked that you're top of the league. What were your expectations coming into this season? Because I know we just spoke on your pod, but you said that you weren't. You were predicting quite a low finish.
Yeah, it's okay. So the listeners and viewers of this, they're like, oh, he's an American, he's a moron, he's a dumbass, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yes, I don't know what I'm talking about, clearly. I don't know clearly enough. But honestly, to start the season with the team we had, and before we brought in Callum O'Hare, Kiefer Moore, Michael Cooper, Harry Suter, Gilchrist, Harrison Burroughs from Peterborough, I just thought we were going to be a bang average team, and I had us tipped for 15th. Now, as I said, that was before bringing in all of those players, so that certainly, in my eyes, elevated us. Now, for me, we're all football fans. We're all negative. We all talk bad about our teams. I still only had us pegged for like 7th, 8th place. I didn't really have us in the promotion race, maybe fighting for playoffs, but certainly not automatic promotion. My whole deal is when the season wears on, and granted, it's December 13th, 2024, recording this. Sheffield United have lost Ali Arblaster for the entire season. Vinny Souza limped off midweek against Millwall. Anel Ahmedhodzic is probably not going to play tomorrow due to, I think, some swelling in his knee. We've had trouble with red cards. Harry Suter just came back in Millwall in the midweek after a straight red. Kiefer Moore's been on the sidelines for a few weeks. He was back in the team at midweek. Ty Campbell pulled up with looked like a hamstring at the weekend past. I said this at the beginning of the season. We're going to run into an injury crisis at some point because we have over the last 3 or 4 years. It seems to happen either at the beginning of the season, right around now, right before Christmas, or just a little bit into the month of February. And I said, I want to see how this team reacts to when that injury crisis happens. And if they are resolute and can fight through it, we might have a chance. Because after our starting 11, it gets all to kids. And it's youth team. And it's, Ryan One, who scored a late winner against Bristol City. You have City Peck, who I mean, he's played decent in the midfield, taking over for Ali Arblaster. It's just Femi Siriki coming in at center back when Anel and Suter were out with red cards. And, so I want to see how far we drop off. Now, granted, everybody around us is, all the talking heads and all the media and all the podcasts that you listen to. Oh my God, Sheffield United, they should be fine. It could be Lemon Leeds that run away with this thing. We could be looking what happened 2 years ago. I'm just not so sold on that to where if, we're coming into the Christmas period where we play games, it seems every 3 or 4 days. How do we respond if we come out of this after the January 4th game against Watford? If we come out of this and we're still in and around the top 3-4 positions, I'm going to look at licking our chops going into a January transfer window that hopefully we're going to use to bolster our side and then give us to what I think inevitably might be a playoff push.
I'm going to be brutally honest, though. I'm not going to get my tiny little violin out for you and your little injury.
No, I don't expect you. I don't expect you to. I mean, listen to me. It's sounding like I have first world problems here. Oh my God, I don't know if we're going to have this selection and this selection and this selection, and we only have so much money from parachute payments. Oh, woe is me. Look at me. We are turn our noses up to this rest of this league.
Yeah, exactly. You are top, as we say. So yeah, not gonna worry about you too much and your injury crisis just yet. Not until after Saturday. Anyway, obviously, the man you've answered quite a few of my questions already, which is a common theme on this pod. Maybe I need to be a little bit more specific. But yeah, you've answered the injuries already. Just quickly, Chris Wilder obviously came back towards the end of last season. A few doubters, seems to be proving them wrong.
Yeah, I still am a doubter. I will go to my grave. What Wilder did in his first stint as United boss, they should build a statue out in front of Bramall Lane. He's probably and definitely one of the greatest United managers ever. I just thought that bringing him back after sacking Heckingbottom, which I still don't think Heckingbottom should have been sacked. He brought in those players, but we were never ready for the Premier League last year. You should have let him run out the season, and it was the worst relegation ever. I get it. Bringing Wilder back, I just wanted to change like a breath of fresh air into the club. He took a hometown discount and came back and said, I'll manage this club down into the second division. They did back him, and he did bring in those players. Now, most of them were on freeze or discounted, wage bills. But in credit to him, he changed his formation from I don't know if he was the one that coined the 3-5-2, but it was the one that took almost the Premier League by storm when we finished 9th that first season. Now we went to a back four, and now we're not conceding as many goals. We're playing out from the back. We have a cohesive midfield. It's just our one glaring item is striker. But I mean, you got to give the flowers to Wilder because he deserves it. I mean, everybody, as you mentioned, were doubters. I still am a doubter. I doubted it when it happened, but he's managing his ass off, and it's almost like he had a revival in his managerial career after he went to Watford and Middlesbrough and failed and got the sack on those 2 occasions. And, now it's a different, slimmer Chris Wilder, if you guys know where I know, because he was a bit portly on the sidelines a couple seasons ago. Had a few too many cheeseburgers. Looks like he's using the treadmill at Shirecliff now. So slim down, Chris Wilder.
Nice. On to tomorrow then. For the audio listeners listening to this back today, how are you feeling ahead of Argyle's visit? Surely you're confident, right?
No, I'm never confident in any way, shape, or form when United are playing.
You're making me think we might actually get something out of this, and we won't.
Well, okay. To let the listeners and viewers in on this, you were on my podcast and you were like, well, Sheffield Wednesday slid 4 past us. So you don't slide 5 past us, you shouldn't go up. And so it's like, oh man, all that weight and pressure's on my shoulders. I was going for like a comfortable 2-0 win. I don't know if I elevate it one more to 3-0, but I don't know. You're going to think that Michael Cooper's going to want to keep a clean sheet against his former team. Man, yeah, I'll just go 2-0. I'll just go easy 2-0. I like Plymouth. I don't have a problem with Plymouth in this league. They're a different team in this league, and when they got promoted last season, I want to see them stick around, and I want to play them more because I'm sick and tired of playing the same teams in this league every single year.
Yeah. Where do we go from there? Because that's your main issue, though, right? Isn't it? Is that from obviously I've not watched loads of Sheffield United this season. I'm trying my hardest not to watch any Championship football this season. If I'm brutally honest, I'm failing at that. But one thing you seem to be struggling with is just dominating. You dominate games, but you're not sticking the ball in the back of the net enough, really, are you?
It's kind of a revolving door striker. We had Kiefer Moore come in, and everybody watched what he did at Ipswich last year, banging a bunch of goals in the second half of the season. Then we brought Ty Campbell on loan, and he had scored before he went down with his injury against West Brom. I think he had scored 7 in 5 games he had started for, so he was rounding into shape to be our striker. Ryan Brewster, who scored his first goal in 2 years. I think that's 6 or 7 goals in his United career since we paid £25 million for him.
Yeah.
So it is one of the head scratching things for this team is like on a bunch of occasions we could have been like, well, we could have beat them 3, 4, 5-0. We had about 7 or 8 chances and we just didn't finish them. So that's what's most concerning. You know, it's not the goals have dried up. It's just we're not scoring enough. I know. But I know we're keeping clean sheets at the back. So I feel like if we get 1 goal, I think that's enough. And I don't know if that's what Wilder said. Don't go out here and put every team to the sword. You know, if you get a goal or 2 up, we'll almost cruise comfortable, or is it a real problem to where if we get behind a goal or 2 and the team sits back, we're not going to be able to break them down and get ourselves back into a game? But we haven't been in that situation because when we lost at Leeds were 2-0 away and we didn't even lay a glove on them. And the same with Borough. Borough won 1-0, but they controlled that game for 85, 90% of the game.
Okay. So that's what we need to do. We need to somehow come to Bramall Lane and work out how to actually pass the ball to each other. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure we're going to manage that. Obviously, you've already mentioned some of the really good recruitment you've done this summer, and I don't want to say on a shoestring budget because you're paying silly amount of money for Jesmond Raksaki on a loan deal, but you know, relative to the talents you've brought in, you've done pretty well. Obviously, the key signing being from ourselves in Michael Cooper for £2 million. How's he settled in Sheffield?
He's been the safest pair of hands since Dean Henderson. And if that says anything to Plymouth fans, in 4 or 5 years, he should be maybe less time than that. If we are to get to the Premier League and, you know, he goes up with us and we're able to keep him on as our goalkeeper, he should start attracting eyes from England. Because he is, I mean, shit. He has come in and, oh man, he's only given up 4, 5, 9 goals, I think it is, this season since he come in. He's had like 7 or 8 clean sheets. I mean, he's absolutely killing it, if not more. I mean, he might be in double-digit clean sheets already. I don't know the stat off the top of my head, but comfortable in front of goal, comfortable coming for any, you know, set piece, any corner made. There's a handful of games where he's kept us in the game and, you know, kept the opposition out of the back of the net, and we've went on to win like 1-0. I mean, he is everything you could ask for in a goalkeeper, and I am really, really thankful Plymouth let him have us. Yes, I know it killed you guys, but after the revolving door of what we've had in the last couple of seasons at goalkeeper, to say that there's a safe pair of hands in between the sticks, I'm really, really glad to say that he has locked it down and he's made it his shirt, his gloves. It's his goal, man. Knock on wood, he just stays healthy.
Yeah, like I said, you're really good at predicting my next question, which was going to be about Chris Wilder compared him to Dean Henderson today, I think it was, and like Henderson, I can see him going on and getting that England call up. So, like I said, you're really good at that. And he's already got 12 clean sheets for yourself, yet to concede a goal at Bramall Lane. And I would absolutely love, as much as I love Mike, as much as I want him to go on and play for England, I'd love nothing more than to see us. It would be so sod's law for us to break that record for him.
I'm going to put Plymouth to score tomorrow because just for the correlation, he hasn't given up a goal all season at Bramall Lane since coming in against his former team. He's going to be a bit nervous. Yeah, I think you get a goal. Let's change the scoreline. Plymouth gets 1. Yeah. 2-1.
Okay. Nice. We'll confirm your prediction at the end because there might be a few more that you want to add on, but it's pretty pointless. Yeah, obviously, like you said, it's lovely to see. Blades love him as much as we did as well, and I get it's a bit soppy, and I get that, like, I shouldn't attach that much emotion to it because he took I don't even want to say he took the first offer. He took the best offer that he could. I think that was, potentially. I'm not sure he could have done much better. Maybe could have gone to a lower Premier League club, but he wouldn't be getting the same sort of love now, I'm sure. No. But yeah, who else is there to look out for? You've mentioned a few names already, but who's the one man? Is it Harmer? Is it O'Hare? Is it Raksaki?
Well, it'll be Raksaki. He'll come down, barnstorming down the wing. Gus Hamer was the one that created the opportunity for Brewster to score midweek. I don't know if Wilder gives Brewster another start tomorrow or does he go with Kiefer Moore. Callum O'Hare's kind of rounded into form over the last month or so, started to get a couple of goals. Harry Suter, that big burly son of a gun in the back, he's just slow and he's like a big giant ogre, but it's like attacking players are scared of him. And then Harrison Burrows is an absolute assist machine. So we're dangerous all over the park. And then you got Cooper in goal, obviously. Gilchrist is there too at the back. They'll storm forward, him and Burrows. And as I mentioned, Burrows has turned into an assist machine. Cooper and Burrows are probably my 2 signings of the season right now because Harrison Burrows is absolutely playing out of his mind. And then kind of an unsung hero that everybody kind of hated last year from a Premier League season is Vinny Souza. And if he's able to play tomorrow, as I alluded to earlier, he limped off against Millwall. If he's able to play, he just does enough pointing and just gesturing that he plays better in defensive midfield. So he solidifies that almost defense with Anel probably being out for tomorrow. You're probably going to have Femi Siriki go back in the center with Suter. So that's another youthful player that I had alluded to earlier. Yeah, a little bit dangerous all over the park.
Yeah, you mentioned some of your defensive assets there. There's literally no point talking about them because if we get a shot on target tomorrow, I am happy, and that's how low my expectations are, as you know, as I've been on your pod. So just to finish up a couple of things. I need your finalised score prediction. I know you've changed that, and then just where can people find your content? And obviously, I'll link below where people can check out me jumping on your pod as well.
Yeah, finalized score prediction. I'll go 3-1. Because you said it, Cooper concedes against his former team at Bramall Lane and breaks this streak. And if you guys want to listen to you being on our preview pod It's just a bit shorter than this one. Red Half of Sheffield on X. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get podcasts. YouTube channel. I'm not fancy on the YouTube, so I won't upload our video to YouTube because I don't know how to do that. I'm not the technical guy. I'll just upload it for a preview pod. But yeah, Red Half of Sheffield. Anywhere you are, you can find it. You can find the pod and the preview pod.
Yeah, nice. Cheers, Chad. I think there's an awful lot of Argyle fans willing Sheffield United on to do well because of a nice little bonus that we get should you get promoted on that deal. So looking forward to seeing you go up as champions, and then hopefully a Europeans place. So then Cooper cements his role as England's #1, and we get an extra, like a whole extra £1 million.
Sounds good to me. It sounds so good to me. I hope we help you guys out to the nth degree. I hope we help you guys out for sure.
Nice. Cheers, Chad. Thank you.
Cheers.